and lends just really well to these aura-based push strategies. Like Viper plus Venge is did the Viper want to be a sniper? Because he can be.
You can mix yourself into a physical damage build on the Viper. You don't want to go magical into late, because then you're falling off too early. If you go with a more physical damage based, if you want to be a right clicker Viper instead of being an aura machine with the greaves and potential pipes and sometimes even Crimson Guards, but more the pipe type carrier. And greaves is also really good on Viper.
Yep, as we've seen Eternal Envy do 2 games in a row now, I think.
Yeah.
He delayed the Greaves in the first game. But second game, straight up Greaves first. Wouldn't be surprised to see that again.
Midas has spent almost all of their time here.
Yep. And once again, it's that third pick. And I don't quite know how to... Well, Bat Rider, okay.
Yeah, they're trying to get the Bat to go up against the Viper.
That's going to do rather well. It doesn't feel great to pick that into the Vengeful Spirit, just because you know you're going to get your lasso broken a lot. Earthshaker, pretty rough one as well. But you gotta get a lane winner versus Viper, and this is definitely going to do the trick.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Now it comes down to like the other core picks from BA. I'm still heavily favoring the Luna here, with the win percentage combined with Vengeful Spirit has been really high. Yep. Also makes up a really good lane duo with all the auras combined. A hero that buffs him up. Also the Venge working really well with the Viper here, giving Viper the extra attack range, which would make even more sense to put the Venge and the Viper duo in a lane and skip the Luna. So you would have Viper as your safe lane carry, then you don't need the Luna at all. They're going to bring up Abaddon. So you have another break. You have another defensive ability against the lasso. And if Abaddon is going to be played as a 3, yeah, you're definitely going to put the Abaddon 3 as you've got the Shaker and the Venge going for the supports. So you have your Abaddon in the fight to dispel people instead of being far behind.
Abaddon.
You think it would be carry Abaddon?
Definitely can be. Like, Mu has 100% played that before, and especially now that you see the Terrorblade here, it would be pretty rough to pick the Luna into this regardless. I mean, you can just outpush him early with that, but it is more risky because later in the game the TV does become an issue when he steals your illusion.
Yeah.
Or steals your illusion, I should say, gets a reflection off. Abaddon, if you look at the Venge, if you look at the Viper, you can run such a fast lineup with this. It's pretty incredible. And there's so little threat on the side of Midas Club. Who's going to do the damage? Batrider? You're going to most likely have a mech up very early, and then the Greaves after that, you're going to be able to cancel any black holes with that Vengeful Spirit or the Shaker. And the TB is just not really going to join early.
Yeah. One thing is for sure, BA does not want to go late game. The late game is for Midas Club. They will almost 100% surely win the longer this game is going to stretch out. The Enigma is one of the more, not an infinitely scaling hero, but one of the best late game heroes in the entire hero pool that Dota has to offer, and benefits so much from all those bigger items. Terrorblade has a similar effect as well, with the lower cooldown on Sunder. If you decide to get that 25 talent overall when you go to level 30, you'll have that anyway. So that is one thing. So Midas Club, either you get yourself a tempo hero here to go things off with, an Invoker. If you go Quaswex Invoker, yes, this will be your tool for early game. If you go Exhort, you have too much damage at your hands and you're gonna maybe start losing lanes. So I would see a Quaswex Invoker here come from Midas Club.
Yep, it's... If this is not a support Invoker though, but they put a mid lane, it's going to have a rough time against the Viper. I can't see... I think that's a support Invoker. It has to be. I just don't see who the other support is then. Because to me, this looks like a 5-core lineup.
Yep. I mean, I guess you could go carry Abaddon and build Manta style just to get that silence built up really fast. Those illusions also get the benefit of the aura, so you will silence up your targets really quickly. That could be a thing to go for. But if Abaddon is played as a 3, Viper in safe lane, we're looking for a mid pick from BA. 10 seconds to go.
I'd like big magic damage.
If Brood wasn't banned, it would be perfect for this game. But it's going to be a Gyrocopter.
Alright.
So, are we swapping the Viper and the Gyro? We're putting Viper mid against the Invoker. Or
That's
putting...
+5 Enigma. That answers most of the questions. So this Batrider is not in a core position. Oh well, he could still be. It could still be Hiko and the Ember Spirit.
At least a carry. Yeah, okay. So we got the Gyrocopter from Moo. The farming tool. Everything else is already locked in. Obviously, EE Viper. How many games in a row? Yeah. How many games in a row has he actually played this now?
I think this is just his third. I think. Let me check that real quick.
Yeah, it's a third. Yeah, so he played the Ember Spirit in the first game against Thunder Predator. So 3 Viper games in a row. You can feel the toxicity already throwing up. Sexy Fat gonna go with the Batrider. So we have ourselves the heroes locked in.
Well, at the very least, they do have the Batrider on the core position now. But Ember Spirit Enigma supports. This feels a little bit like all the way at the start of the day where we had Aoi on a Legion Commander support, and then what was the +5 again that game? Was it a sniper?
Which game are we talking about again?
Yeah, it was a sniper. We had sniper LC supports, and that was, well, not as crazy as Enigma Ember Spirit. Or sorry, Enigma Ember Spirit's not as crazy as that, but this just feels so hard. This Viper has to match up against the Batrider in order for Midas Club to win a lane there. Then this Gyrocopter, I don't see how they're going to stop him. They don't.
Yeah, referring to the earlier game, pause 4 sniper, pause 5 LC was the build up there. One thing is for sure, their lineup is greedy. Can't help but not deny that fact that if Midas Club do get to the late game, they will have a really good advantage in winning this game. But do they get the chance to go there? They didn't get it in game 1. And this is also the last game of the night as well, so is it going to be a tie? Are we going to get another 2-0? Would it be the 8th 2-0 in a row? In the course of the last 2 days, we'll see if the magic will be broken here by Midas Club.
Let's find out.
If it's a tie, we're gonna have a long game.
Yeah, yesterday we got a really long game for the last one. Let's see if we can do that again. At the very least, if you're going to 1v5, the Terrorblade is a lot better hero than the Anti-Mage. So if they can put all of their eggs into the RDO basket successfully, he's going to have a good way of standing. But at the same time, he's up against a Gyrocopter. There's going to be so much AoE damage output from this hero. And he's got a lot of protection behind him. There's the swap. There's everything that the Earthshaker can put out. And then, of course, the Abaddon is going to be healing and shielding him. And it also means, having the Abaddon, that the Viper can go a range damage build. And you should not underestimate the amount of illusion clear that a Viper can put out.
Yeah. Well, Bounty's 2 for 2. Get ourselves our laning stage rolling out. And Volker going to be going up against Eternal Envy's Viper. Not the easiest lane for the Volker. The Vipers have been winning lanes ever since the dawn of time. And I think this one is not going to be an exception for this.
That's why it looks like a big flying crocodile.
But on a different matter, EE actually starts off with Nether Toxin level 1 instead of the poison attack. Probably because of all the regen that this Invoker is going to be giving. So he wants to clear out the waves faster. Wants to be farming the jungle as well as if he can, just a bit. The Nether Toxin is not as strong as it used to be back in the day.
This Invoker now has the last hit against both him as well as the tower, and that's just brutal.
Snake King is looking for a fissure. We'll get it. And a lot of damage. That level 2 Viper. It is too much to deal with. Murdoch will go down. First blood for Eternal Envy and BA.
Smooth. Very smooth. And as soon as Sexy Fat discovered that he was laning up against the Abaddon, they switched out the lane. So RDO is top now. Braxy is going to get bullied around by Hiko while RDO farms up the creep wave.
I love the optimism on this Enigma. Like, I'm gonna go Necrobook, even though right now what I'm doing is just cutting out the range creeps from in front of the tier 3 towers and maybe get a few hits from those Eidolons. And at the same time, EE takes another kill. Snake King will deny himself to the tower. 20 gold each, and back up in 10 seconds.
This is not the start that Midas Club wanted. And you specifically picked this Invoker so that, you know, you get to stay in the lane. This hero is not supposed to die.
Not the most enjoyable lane for Brax either on the Abaddon. Just getting a lot of harass here in this lane. Able to fight the Ember Spirit, but every time the Metamorph is up, still down for 80 seconds. But the damage has pretty much been done at this point. It's got that. Well, they're actually. He is staying in level distance, so he's getting XP. But yeah, XP distance, so he's getting levels. That's what I wanted to say. Is a good thing for the Abaddon, at least that in terms of levels. Yeah, you will be able to stay around in this lane a bit longer. Maybe have a bit of competition here. Hiko, is this going to be a kill for Brax potentially? Snake King needs to go for these body blocks, and he gets a few of them off. But Hiko surviving with the Searing Chains dropped off as well. 100 HP. Duster now also intervenes, but not much a level 1 Enigma can do at this point. Only racked up 4 last hits.
He's going to get bullied around by Snake King now. Snape has no need for any levels up until quite a bit later. He's going to get a lane to recover in anyway, so he just body blocked the camp, and I think he's going to be nosing around Duster's jungle right now. Takes the last hit on that big creep as well.
1911. Invoker 3 last hits.
Oh, this is the
coming,
direct result of that Enigma not having a presence as well. It means that Sexy Fat's on his own. It means that this Shaker can roam.
Yep, and Murdoch's being bullied here. Snake King and Eternal Envy both in the area. There's a sentry available. The stun will go out. Not gonna be much help using this Ghost Walk because Snake King's just gonna pop a sentry. He's also gonna be blocking this camp too, so if they decide to farm that at some point, Invoker not the best to farm that camp either. But it will not be respawning. EE having the best lane so far in his Viper. He's had some good lanes on this Viper before, but this is starting to look like a top performance up till now. Fear dropping very low on Sexy Fat. Moo. Drops a rocket to keep the Batrider away.
Brax is getting low in the top lane. You're chasing him out with 3 right now.
That should be it. Alright, RDO picks up a kill with a Metamorph used.
And oh, Murdoch. Murdoch, no.
There's no detection this time. He will survive a bit longer.
Limp his way back to his own high ground.
And yeah, talking about greed, even if you have Enigmas in this lineup, Terrorblade is the only one having a decent lane in terms of CS. Batrider's got 9 last hits, Invoker's got 4, and we're 5 minutes in the game. DB is definitely the only force keeping them together right now. I have to think, if you were captaining the team, Kips.
Yes.
There must be some very, very weird moments going during the draft, because we've been talking a lot that you have to adjust during the draft and try to pocket your opponent. In this case, I feel like Midas Club must have been in a bit of a hard spot after their first 2 picks revealed.
Yes, I think so too. It's one of the reasons why I was not a fan of seeing that Enigma there at all. Because double core is not good, and if you play it as a support, you get yourself into situations like this where the enemy lanes have to be weak. in order for you to get away with it. And Business Associates has not been picking weak lanes. The laning stage has not been an issue for them. So yeah, it feels like the overall game plan for Midas Club is just slightly off.
Yep, they're trying to go for Sexy Fan in the bot lane. They get the stuns connected. Hiko's there to help him out, though. And a couple stacks of napalm. They might be able to burn Moo alive because Sexy Fat survives this. 5 stacks of napalm, though. And Fear with another stun. See, he just went a bit too close to the Venge, and Venge had enough mana to throw another stun. Rough.
Yep.
But also well played by Fear at the same time.
I thought you were a dog person. That sounded sorry, cat person. Because that sounded a lot like a dog there.
I've always been a cat person, but I'm just imitating when you're always going rough about situations. So you know, I'm holding my wrist to the cat. But Murdoch is also in a very hard place between a rock and that hard place. Eternal Envy dominating streak 4-0. 21 lasted the nice.
If you want to see how dire this situation is right now, it's that RDO, you can retreat to the jungle pretty early with the Terrorblade. You're going to farm faster, but he retreated into the enemy jungle because he knows that his triangle has been watched all this time. It is not safe.
Nope. And Sexy Fat also being bullied by Eternal Envy here. He is hungry for kills. Like, the moment the wolf gets to taste the sheep is when you just can't give it up anymore. You just have that appetite. You want to keep it up.
Yep.
Mid tower also down 7 minutes in. Bot lane, Hiko. Call down has been used by Moo. Rocket coming in, but he doesn't need to use it. Well, he did use it, but it will not connect because that call down is going to be enough for the kill. While in top lane, alright. Murdoch's just, I give up. He was refusing to move anywhere after that.
I mean, he just made his way over there, but Eternal Envy already TP'd there in anticipation because his job in the mid lane was done. He'd held that lane. Now the bounce over there is going to be slower. With bouncing the creep waves between the two towers. It's probably going to be Snaking job to mop up under the tower, and Eternal Envy goes to a more contested lane where, you know, he reigns supreme. As Murdoch just found out. Murdoch is level 5.
Oh, they're chasing Fear. Right clicks should be doing it. Yes, they have it. And that means that Batrider is also hitting level 6. They'll have Lasso available.
I don't think that's much of a value point in this game, but he might want to hold on to it just in case he gets an opportunity without the Venge or the Abaddon near.
Yeah. Well, I would almost feel like taking a moment of silence for our net worth position 9 Invoker right now, but you know, it's too late to be sad and cry about it. You got to pull out the best that you can. RDO finds a never mind. He said he was gonna find a free courier, but he orders his illusions out.
So you see, it is a support Invoker after all.
Yeah,
Poor
it is.
Enigma.
Pretty much. Enigma's moving into the core. He's 6th in net worth, right behind the Batrider, followed by the BA support. Sphere finds Murdoch, and we've seen this story. He does get a 2-man tornado at least, buys himself a little bit of an advantage, but do they have the detection? They don't. All they have is his primary or somewhat location. Now, however, Eternal Envy wants to join the fight. How does Hiko and Sexy Fat RDO is also walking in towards this move. Will be taken down. A really big pick off here from Midas Club. Sexy Fat wants to TP out. Duster will bite the bullet as he takes the ultimate from Eternal Envy's Viper. Right click down to death as well, and RDO didn't really get the opportunity to participate in this battle.
Yeah, good enough for him though. And man, I gotta say, why was Brax not close enough to move to actually save him there? Because that's the only reason why you can fight with Gyrocopter this early, is you've got protection for yourself, because there is a lot of damage, especially if you're going uphill into a choke point like that. It's a bit sloppy.
Sexy Fat gonna get hit by a rocket in just a bit. Moo is around. There's also Duster moving in the trees, trying to keep himself hidden so he can turn around with the Malefice. Call down coming in from Moo. They're trying to go for maybe a turnaround here. A bit of damage coming in. Once again, Invoker is dead somewhere on the map by Eternal Envy. But
Yeah,
At the same
just a
time,
mid.
it won't be able to kill the Bat Rider though here in the bot lane. His Tranquils are also still up, so he's just going to regenerate everything he just lost from that Gyro ult.
Fierce thinking about a swap.
And he goes around to level 5 on this Ember. Viper slowing him up, and they will find themselves another target to go at. Will die, and Moo picks up the kill. Meanwhile, snaking. RDO spots his location. There we go with the Metamorph and an Echo Slam. It's beautiful, and snaking gets RDO's terribly down, and Sexy Fat is unable to do anything. Here comes a tornado from Murdoch, and a swap saving snaking. Fear gets his friend away from Necro Creeps, gets a bit of distance there. Murdoch will die once again. Lasso will connect as well, but Brax will instantly dispel it with the Abaddon ultimate, and they're on for a push here. Sexy Fat 180 HP, still trying to run away from Brax. Will get the distance. Hiko is there as well. He is almost, now he hits level 6. Wanted to quickly go nearby the Creep wave to be able to hit that level. And as you can see, we're like, the point of game is looking that we're going to be playing this white line right here is where all these heroes are probably going to be moving in the minutes to come. They don't want to leave this area anymore.
And they don't have to leave either, especially not once Eternal Envy has these creeps up, and they are going to be flying in within 2 minutes.
Really good frame break. Stun onto the Vengeful Spirit. A bit of damage onto Moo as well. Gyrocopter in a bit of trouble. Fear goes down. Moo getting the save
This
from
time
Brax,
Brax is
and the
there.
turnaround with the call down. They don't want to go that deep. And Ember Spirit just jumping back and forth with the remnants, but the right clicks are there, and Brax will be there, but Moo will get the kill. And Sexy Fat, he is cornered inside the tree line, and Flame breaks 3 of them away from him, but the Firefly is there. However, there's no escape for him anymore. He will go down as well. Brax picks up that kill. And this tier 2 tower now also being pushed in.
Snay is already hunting Murdoch. Murdoch just has to flee at the sight of him.
Fear is also TPing to his mid tier 1 tower, trying to look towards some aggressive movements. He's got his wards with him too, and yep, you have this deep vision placed by Midas Club in both of these cliffs. Well, they're both going to run out now, but you can see that the aggressive vision put down by BA is giving them all they need to help. DP's coming in top. Move's going to be here to save the tower. Meanwhile, Snaking finds a courier, but he's not able to kill it. Not exactly on top of him. Invoker, TP's home. Same thing with the Enigma. They will dodge this and now turn their attentions to maybe an 8-0 Viper. Can they get to him? He's still staying around. I think they might even have the damage to kill him. But how do you go there? They need to try and get him a bit closer with the tornado, and they don't have to. Sexy Fat's gonna get it. The lasso's there. Snaking coming in for the rescue. Fear is around as well, and they're gonna turn it around. RDO pops his Metamorph. They're gonna do a lot of damage onto Vengeful Spirit, and there we go. That Echo Slam. That will take down Duster, and now BA. They are low, but they're not losing anybody. And there's the Godlike Spree coming in from Eternal Envy as well as they finish off the Ember Spirit. 2 heroes gone once again from Midas Club, and RDO had maybe 3 seconds of right-clicking time, maybe even 2.5 seconds. That's not exactly a lot as he's forced to turn around, and Sexy Fat will be cornered. They will chase him down, hunt him.
Snay's gonna be on top of him pretty soon.
Still trying to keep some distance with the Firefly. At least he's forcing a lot of moves here. Fissure is up in 1 second. Teleport home. Managed to dodge it.
At least RDO gets a little bit of undisturbed farming time in the triangle right now, but it is so very little. And business associates are just going to move straight on forward again.
Move's only going to get bigger.
Yeah, he's almost got his Aghanim Scepter. It's going to double his damage output. And I imagine that if he just gets a BKB after that, he can finish the game. He's in a pretty good position to finish the game already if he has the Ags. Not gonna lie.
Well, I was right about that. If this game would go late game, then Midas Club would win this. But if they don't even get there, then we can forget about the rest, because business associates are not giving them any chances right now. They're controlling the map. First tower kill coming in their way though, so a bit of gold, but Eternal Envy wants to TP in Murdoch. Throws in the tornado, so he won't be able to dish out any damage there. No cancels though, however, on this Viper. No rod. Just the basic Guardian Greaves, 16 minutes in, you know, casual timing. Hiko finds snaking though. Snaking's not bothered. EPs are coming in. They are BA heroes rotating. Sexy Fat is also here. Brax is here. Moo is here. Might be just walking into trap. Sexy Fat instantly regrets his decision to show up, and he's instantly retreating from this.
Yes, and you can see all those radiant tracks
And
go
he
from
finds Duster.
forward to right backward again. Not backwards fast enough.
Beyond Godlike. 10-0 Viper.
So, hey, T-Panda, are we going to see a black hole this game?
Maybe. Maybe at the last seconds. Probably irrelevant. Irrelevant at this point if it's a black hole or not. Well, if RDO gets a lot of damage out, that's the only thing that they have. If the Terrorblade gets a lot of hits in, has that BKB able to use Sunder without any breaks, there's the Venge ulti that does go through the BKB, but that's about it. It's not really gonna interrupt you or anything. In that case, the black hole might buy a bit of time, but we're also talking about one of the best Enigma counters, which is the Vengeful Spirit. Instant swap, instant cancel. Sexy Fat in the trees. Snaking knows he's around, and he finds himself a Batrider. Is anybody going to TP in? Is he going to go for a solo kill? He's gonna Echo Slam into some right clicks. He's still keeping the Batrider, holding his place. Venge Stun kicking in to Enchant Totem. One right click. If only he could hit him. There we go. Fear forces the movement.
And that is Snake officially overtaking everyone except for the TB in net worth.
There's a growth bow, the Terrorblade, but alright. Rocket in the face leads to the death of the Ember Spirit. Hiko gone once again, now top. Tornado to get the Enigma to safety. Murdoch is lucky enough. The rocket's not gonna connect in time. 2 TPs home. A bit of, well, not actually any damage onto the tower. Just get that lane pushed in. What are we looking at, Terrorblade? I was talking about the Grove Bow pickup, so he's now swapping his Vamp Brace away. Working on a BKB.
Decently close.
Yep.
He will be able to stand in a fight with that. The biggest issues I see for him is that there's chances that he's just going to be taken down from a distance and that he won't actually have anybody to summon.
Yep. Viper moving around the area. Sexy Fat sees Eternal Envy. Flame Break. Okay, gets the lasso connection in the end, but Snaking has a Blink Dagger to work with. He doesn't get he doesn't get him cliffed up though. Duster wants to hold the advantage on the high ground here to throw in a choke point black hole, but he's not going to get that opportunity. Snaking getting closer to that fissure range. The fight is spreading out. They are dodging them in every direction possible, getting away from the hands of BA. Meanwhile, Murdoch and RDO, if they see Moo, 2k HP to burst through though.
Yeah, they did spot him there, but no way to actually grab him.
Duster, not the place to be in. Snaking goes with a fissure block. This Enigma's dead. Yeah, trying to take the outpost back though. Keep themselves a bit of extra XP in play.
Yeah, that's why Duster was there. He was moving in a position where normally, you know, behind your force moving forward.
Batrider getting caught here. The stun's coming in from Snaking. The Firefly is still up for a bit longer. Hiko goes down to Eternal Envy. And Bat does manage to get away for now. Snaking, Blink Dagger up in 3 seconds. Fissure in 3 as well. And keep up this chase. There we go. Fear comes in. Stun. And there we go. Batrider will fall down. That Fissure will finish off the job. The Aftershock. It hurts. It hurts. It holds you in place. 10,000 lead for Business Associates here 20 minutes into this game. They've won game 1. They're looking to take game 2 as well.
In absolutely dominating fashion.
Yep.
So, yeah, what I said before, this gyrocopter is ready to take the high ground.
There we go. Let's
Especially
go.
with Brax behind him.
Yeah, they're confident going here. The glyph will be used up as well. Moving out of vision momentarily. Actually backing out by the looks of it. Maybe a fake back. Classic. Hiko stays too long. Fear goes for the stun. Snaking helping him out a little bit. And they even use the Echo Slam to make sure that he goes down. You don't want to let that remnant go.
They stack their stuns a little bit.
Yep. Oh, there's the tower. Still taking damage. Flame break onto Moo. Moo in a very hard position right now. Fear coming in with the swap, but the lasso onto Moo. They might be able to take him down. The damage, but the black hole coming in as well. They might have the time for it. Moo is dropping low, and he's surviving barely with that Spirit Vessel on him. Brax is trying to make out, and RDO with that BKB. This Terrorblade is a big, mean machine, and he might be able to. And there's also EE coming into the fight. Duster dropping low, but Snaking is also dropping really low. Here comes the Ember Spirit to the fight once again, and they're coming into the buybacks. They're trying to make this fight the one that matters the most. Murdoch cannot run away from Eternal Envy. The wrath of this green hero just keeps on following him into his nightmares. Dies once again to the green winged nightmare. 13, 0, and 7. RTO, his metamorph is going to run in a few seconds as well. That means 2 minutes of defenseless time. That black hole was really well timed there as well, because they were fearing it there for a bit. They were scared to take the fight against Midas Club for a while, but then when Viper showed up, the odds shifted. Still holding on to their base for now.
Yeah, and I do think that that was granted a little bit by business associates as well, just because using that Echo Slam takes a big threat away as well. It's very much like a black hole. So that did give Midas Club the confidence that at the very least they weren't going to get dived, that they could hold their position instead of being afraid of getting engaged into.
Yeah. Well, Invoker Spirit Vessel was very close to killing Moo there. But Moo...
It's not going to happen again.
Yeah, it's not going to be a second time. Now, Aegis will be secured. They will take Roshan for business associates. Midas Club might have averted disaster once, but can they do it twice?
I don't think so. Eternal Envy is actually going to stick by Moo's side now, I think. Well, unless, of course, he sees an opportunity to go on RDO here.
Could be a very big pickoff if they find him. The Fissure stun is there. And Moo is coming in as well, but that Fissure is also blocking. Yeah, he is. He's blocking. Duster TP's up. RDO. Might have to BKB TP out. And that's your 9-second BKB gone as well.
Well, you could be dead.
You could be dead, but you're losing also very valuable seconds of your biggest tool in these team fights.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And at the same time, look who's here. It's Snaking saying hello to Enigma.
I was about to say, not Duster. He's not there anymore. And yeah, at this moment, the only thing that's holding business associates back, I think, is the fact that because they went on that ghost chase in the bottom lane, they haven't actually pushed out their lanes right now, and they have been religiously doing that. So you can see that Snay and Brax, Snay with a nice invis rune as well, just looking for an opportunity to maybe grab a pick off before they're going mid. They must be feeling a little bit uncomfortable here.
Yep, but they're gonna have their teams reinforced here. BA with full 5 men pushing straight towards the high ground. That tier 3 is in peril once more. Black Hole's gonna be up. Nice swap onto RDO. Won't be able to get the BKB off at all. They're just gonna blow him right away, and they will. The Echo Slam to make sure that there's no chance to get that BKB off, and that means 50 seconds, no Terrorblade. It's feeling like game 1 once again, where you don't have your carry to have any effect in this at all. That was a brilliant swap by Fear, and into the mid racks. They will take 1 set, but their tier 2 is up, so they won't be able to get megas.
Really nicely done by Fear there. And I mean, RDO, he has to show himself, because otherwise he gives away that several of his other base defending heroes aren't there. He needs to pretend that the defending force is behind him, but yeah, they aren't. His bluff gets called.
Fear also hit level 12 on the Venge, so that means that you get that extra cast range under ultimate. Might have been a complete big surprise there for them as well, because The level 6 Venge has to be very close. I mean, sorry, the level 1 Ultimate Venge has to be very close to be able to get it off. But level 2, you're feeling a lot more comfortable to get those sneaky swap plays happening. Sexy Fat Murdoch. Tornado into the air. Veers around in the area. He's got one swap charge still remaining. Murdoch loses a lot of HP here with Eternal Envy, just throwing that level 3 ultimate.
Murdoch's going to have nightmares. Green flying lizard nightmares.
Yep. 083 on the Invoker. At least he's no longer 9th on the net worth. He's been slowly climbing up. You got to look at the positive side. I mean,
yeah, he's catching up to the enemy.
He's had a rough game, but he's contributing towards his Terrorblade. And RDO, he is the man who can dictate how these fights go. If they go positively, it's him staying alive in these fights, getting a lot of hits with his Metamorph. He is the damage that they need on right now. Second lane of Rax in peril. Moo on the high ground. He's got a fresh Satanic and a Mask of Madness on this Gyrocopter with the Aegis as well. RDO pops his ultimate. Sorry, his Metamorph there. And we've already got Hiko and Sexy Fat going down at the same time. The buyback coming in from the Ember Spirit right away. Glyph will run out as well, so that tier 3 will fall. Going on to the melee Rex. 2-man chains coming in from Hiko, and Murdoch goes in for the Tornado. EMP is on the ground as well. EE losing most of his mana pool. RDO trying to get some hits in. Once again, Fear with a swap, and the Echo Slam on top, but it will take him down once again, and that's your Metamorph gone. The whole team is gone. GG is called. And Business Associates will cut this game at 27 minutes and take the series. Who guessed it? 2-0. It's been 2-0's 8 series in a row. This one is no different to the others.
I do very much like the fact that Fear just says, nope, this game is over. You're going in here. None of this kiting business, none of this, hey, let's dance around the high ground a bunch. You may have the bat rider, but we have a method to displace heroes as well, and ours is a lot faster. So, yeah, very, very deserved victory there. I do definitely think that Midas Club is making this harder for themselves in the drafts. This did not feel like they adjusted to what happened in the previous game at all. Or maybe they did and they over-adjusted. Either way, the lanes... Get those in order first, because otherwise Business Associates just get to run away with the game. And yeah, extra points here go to how hard they owned that mid lane. Murdoch did not have a game.
Two very convincing games by Business Associates. Very convincing play overall. First game with the Brute Mothers. Second game, just team coordination and working so well together. Snake King and Eternal Envy made Murdoch's life hell in this mid lane. And even if you dodge the Terrorblade, you've got 2 lanes that you've won for yourselves. You're starting to gain map control for yourselves. And the more you do together and get yourselves bigger at the same pace, even if there's that one big farming hero, they've done it against the anti-mage. They've done it against the Terrorblade, so they've got to be happy with their performance overall. They win all of their games today, so 4-0 for Business Associates here in the entire day. That means that they are moving to the top of the group. So hats off to them, holding the group in their hands for now. So that also means that our casting is coming to an end. It's almost 7 a.m. in the morning, so we've been casting all the way since 10 p.m. It's been a long night for us, and we're happy to close it here. Kips, you got any words on your mind before we close in the stream?
Good morning, Southeast Asia. No.
We've already said that.
I kid. It's been a lot of fun getting to cast some NA dotes and some SA dotes, and yeah, I hope to be back maybe even sometime soon. But for now, I am going to sleep, and I want to thank you all very much for hanging out with us.
Yep, same thing. EU casters delivering the NA tournament for now. We're going to most likely have a swap, if I understood correctly. We'll see if we continue tomorrow as well. Otherwise, we're going to have a glad day off as well and get ourselves refreshed and shit that as well. But thank you to everybody who's been watching, who's been with us throughout this entire long night. And we're going to close off the stream. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you sometime nearby.